You can either make a lot of money right now or you can be left behind, and there are enormous opportunities that are unfolding right before our eyes. Now, I spent the holidays digging deep into the sectors and the opportunities that are going to create millions of dollars for investors over the next coming months and through the rest of 2022 into 2023 and beyond. And a lot of this is thanks to governments spending billions of dollars in certain sectors. And guys, right now, we are sitting on a fourth industrial revolution that will create millionaires like we've never seen before. And one of the biggest catalysts for all of this creation of new wealth is close to $1 trillion in global infrastructure projects. Another major catalyst are the new global mandates from countries around the world for electronic vehicle infrastructure, for solar panel infrastructure. So I'm telling you right now, I'm making some major changes to my investments going forward in 2022, and I'm going to pinpoint a couple of key reasons why. And then I'm going to tell you about a stock that I'm looking at very closely right now that is ready to take advantage of the billions of dollars, dare I say trillions of dollars, in global infrastructure projects and renewables. Okay, this video today is for people that want to make some money. And even if it's just putting a few $100 or $1,000 or something where you can see enormous growth, that's what this video is all about. So buckle up. I'm going to go through some data now because something very interesting is happening on Wall Street. If you're paying attention like I am, you're going to notice that businesses are turning in record numbers right now because they recognize that all of this talk about the Omicron variant is nothing to be alarmed about. And for 3 straight days, all of the major indexes put in record numbers. We haven't seen this high of numbers since 1999. So Wall Street is aware. They know something that mainstream media doesn't want you to know, right? That this pandemic is coming to a close. And if you turn on CNN or any of the other major networks, they're going to continue to scare you into thinking that we're heading into new lockdowns and all sorts of pain out there. But business leaders actually know better. They know that this Omicron variant is very mild. They know that new data coming out of South Africa is showing that Omicron is protecting people against more dangerous variants like, Delta, like people going to chicken pox parties back in the day, right, to try to get some sort of inoculation. And the mainstream media is going to continue to push this narrative that it's scary out there, you better stay home. But Wall Street is smarter than that. And they know, and that's why they're moving their money around in certain ways. Now, Wall Street has known all of this for weeks, right? But turn on CNN and it's like a totally different world. It's like a bizarro world. Now, they've been quietly making huge investments. Wall Street has. They've been making investments in reopening stocks and environmental stocks and EV infrastructure stocks. They're getting ready for billions of dollars that are about to head their way. And thanks to the Build Back Better stimulus and global investments in renewable energy sources, this is happening. I've been watching all of this very closely as I move my money around for 2022. And some of the major investments that I am looking at are tied to these sectors. So we've got calls right now for green energy, sustainable future, disrupting almost every industry in every country and creating massive change at an unprecedented speed right now. Now, look, sometimes it takes all of these countries coming together with all of these trillions of dollars for these to be big catalysts, and that's what's happening. Sometimes, yes, it's great to invest in gold miners, right? But it could be even better to invest in the companies that are selling the pickaxes and all of the equipment to the miners, right? And that's exactly what Levi's did. They sold blue jeans, working gear to all of those miners when they were heading out west to strike it rich in gold. Levi's wasn't interested in actually striking gold itself, but instead making gallons of money by selling all the materials to the gold miners. And I'm going to show you a stock today that I'm investing in right now that could bounce big time in the coming months, and I'm going to put more money into this stock as it continues to grow. Now, this company is leading the way on low carbon technologies for mining, some of the most important minerals in the EV space right now. So all of these huge EV low carbon projects are going to need what they've got. And the company I'm specifically talking about is Temas Resources. And why I think they are perfectly positioned to explode is because they are focusing on environmentally friendly mineral processing technology. They also have a long-term goal to move from being a mining producer to being a royalty and licensing company. So other companies coming in looking at their technology, licensing their technology to do the things that they can't currently do. Now, in late January of 2021, so just last year, the company shook up the world and acquired a significant stake in ORF Technologies. Now, The reason this acquisition was amazing is because it could do more than just, add strategic dimensions to Temas, the company. It could also support their access to patented, cost-effective, eco-friendly processes for extracting, separating, and recovering nickel, iron, gold, titanium dioxide, and everyone is going to want to get their hands on this technology. And again, I go back to politics. You cannot separate politics from investing. And 75 nations have now committed to leveraging mining for sustainable development to make sure that we are lessening the impacts on the environment. So the company, which is at the heart of this bull market right now for mining, has an exclusive licensing agreement in North America and Europe for this revolutionary eco-friendly technology. So all of these other companies are going to want what they have. And one of the specific technologies that they're using is called ammonia leaching. It's a better way than acid leaching, not to get too deep into all of this, but it's a perfect alternative to go into carbonate rocks and get copper out of that. It has low toxicity, it provides easy recovery, and all of it's better for the environment. So licensing around this technology is consistent revenue without ever having to lift a shovel. And the fact that the company reaps a huge split profit of 50% only adds to this huge potential on this mining technology. Now, that's just one piece of this company's puzzle. Another key area that I've identified is that Temas Resources just secured the rights to the world's most lucrative mineral. And you might be thinking, is that gold? Clayton, is that gold? No, it's not. It's actually boron. That's right, boron. The one mineral that's used in just about everything, and it has an intrinsic value that can't be overstated. For instance, solar panels cannot be built without boron. If you look around your house, just about everything in your house needs boron, from windows, and like I said, solar panels, all of it. And the explosion of solar panel demand specifically is going to drive this demand for boron. Simply put, boron is a substance primed potentially to transform dozens of global industries worth at least $3.1 trillion per year. So, folks, this is the fourth industrial revolution that we're looking at right now. And I want you just to stop and think about this. As of November 10th, 2021, just before Thanksgiving, Temas Resources, the company we're talking about, was a micro cap stock, 15 cents a share. It's not going to be there for very much longer because just one boron project alone, we could see this stock potentially explode things. And their boron mine that is actually set to start producing in 2024 is the only mine in all of the European Union. Think about the demand for environmental projects across Europe, and they have the only producing boron mine in all of Europe. Pretty big deal. Another major reason I'm bullish on this company is they have no long-term debt. And that's a big thing for me. I'm just not a fan of companies that are sitting on a ton of debt. Huge red flag for me, and they are not. Also, another big reason I'm bullish is there's a lot of heavy insider buying of their company stock. That means the people that own the company own the stock. That's how bullish they are on their company. So they haven't sold out all of their shares. The company is not overly leveraged. It's not knee deep in debt. They have plenty of cash reserves. They have an excellent balance sheet if you go through their data. So guys, world governments, the US government, 75 countries are handing this win over to us on a silver platter right now. And I think this company is primed, not only from their mining projects, but their clean energy technologies on top of it. And then the licensing of those clean energy technologies. I mean, it's going to be huge. They're low debt. They have a lot of cash in the bank. Temas Resources out of Canada has excellent potential, in my opinion, to transfer a huge chunk of that money to shareholders starting very soon. So I'm going to have links to the stock ticker in the description below. So I'll put it up here on the screen as well. In Canada, it is TMAS. And on the OTC markets in the United States, it's TMASF. So again, two different stock tickers depending on where you are, and you're going to need to use one of the bigger brokers to access this stock, like a TD Ameritrade or Fidelity. I personally use E-Trade. That's the one that I use for my OTC purchases and investing. But again, check this stock out. Do your own due diligence on this. I think this could be an absolute game changer for 2022. This is one company could expose you to generational potential from an astonishing amount of market sectors. Think about this for a second. Not only on the EV side, but also mining capabilities and the technologies behind those new clean energy mining technologies, including boron. Just boron alone could total up to at least $3.1 trillion a year as a sector. Huge potential for this company. Again, all of the links will be in the description below for you to go and do your own due diligence on this stock. I'll keep bringing them to you. We'll make some money this year. We'll see you next time, everyone.